everyone, it's September 19th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with convicted murderer Gertrude Baniszewski, known for committing the worst murder in the history of Indiana, and that is her right up there. Baniszewski was born in Indiana in 1929 and had a very close relationship with her father while being distant from her mother throughout her life. When he died in 1940, she was left to be raised alone by a woman she despised, and that may have been a contributing factor to her decision to drop out of school at the age of 16 to get married. She had 4 children with her husband, but he had a violent temper and often beat her for annoying him. After 10 years of a terrible marriage, Baniszewski finally divorced her husband, though they reconciled and had 2 more children before splitting up for good in 1963. She suffered from health problems that led to her having a receding hairline, sunken eyes, and a skeletal appearance. Child support payments from her ex-husband were sporadic at best, and when she was introduced in 1965 to 2 girls whose mother was in jail at the time, she agreed to take them in at a price of $20 per week. The girls' parents had decided to travel the country as carnies when the mother was released from jail. Their father didn't bother to inspect the home where they would be living, so he didn't notice that Baniszewski didn't have enough beds for her own children, that she didn't have a stove, dirt was caked on every surface in the home, and that she only had bread and crackers to eat. When the first $20 payment failed to arrive in a week, Baniszewski screamed at the girls, "I took care of you 2 bitches for nothing," then beat them. Their parents stopped by for a visit shortly afterward, but the girls said nothing, fearing even greater harm if they did. The other children complained about having to share food with the new girls, especially the younger of the 2. Baniszewski began to foster an atmosphere that is best described as torture for the girl, forcing her to eat a hot dog piled high with condiments, then when the girl vomited, forcing her to scoop that up and eat it. She refused to let her sit down unless she asked for permission first, saying, "You ain't fit to sit in chairs." The other children began to abuse her as well, following orders given by Baniszewski. Her own sister was forced to hit her in the face. Steaming water was thrown at her, her fingers were burnt with a lit cigarette, and she was whipped with a belt. Eventually, she was forced to strip naked and use a Coke bottle on herself in front of the boys and their friends from the neighborhood, and was locked in the basement where she was made to collect her own urine and drink it. Many adults had a chance to put a stop to this behavior. Neighbors could have called police, her parents could have taken her away, social services could have investigated when complaints were lodged, but nothing was done. The family and neighborhood kids ultimately beat the girl to death. Baniszewski, her children, and some of the neighborhood kids were arrested and charged with murder. She tried to blame the kids for the actions that took place in her house of horrors, but was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to 18 years to life. 2 neighborhood kids and 2 of her children served between 2 and 7 years for their part in the murder. Paroled in 1985, Baniszewski moved to Iowa, where she lived until her death from lung cancer in 1990. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Gertrude Baniszewski, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.